Hello, hello, beautiful souls. I am back on the sofa. It's a beautiful day outside. Spent most of the morning out there. So I'm here. It's 222. So this just might be for you. It came through as I hit record. It's 222. This just might be for you. Or it's just information for what you might be going through. As always, I'm always led and guided by my soul, by source consciousness to share the real, the raw, the messy, because what we go through personally is also helping the collective consciousness. And it also helps other people when they hear this, that they are not the only one. And not to fear or to get into a state of worry and anxiety or start spiraling. So this is why I'm here for the short message before I get some food and get horizontal on the sofa. So I've had a lot going on this month, but definitely in the past few weeks, energetically, I guarantee you have been feeling this as well. 101 on the timer. And this week was big. Last week was big. A lot of integration, a lot of recalibration, a lot of downloads, a lot of upgrades. And I shared a couple days ago, 3 days ago, maybe now. And this was confirmed with my Akashic reading a couple days ago. 3 days ago, I think it was. I was getting ready to go to bed. Actually, I was laying in bed, just breathing and just laying there on my right side, and a large soul fragment, a large aspect of my soul returned. It literally, like I mentioned in another video, it felt like if you were to imagine your astral body or part of your light body returning home to your physical body, to your field. And I physically felt this in my physical body. Now, this might be happening. I like I said, I've called back many of my soul aspects over this entire healing process. And that when you proclaim it, right? You say it, and I've said this many times over this awakening process, 18 months to 2 years. And when those aspects are ready to return, because you are at the frequency that is able to hold it, you are at the frequency that's able to hold it. You have done the healing and clearing to have space for this soul aspect, the soul fragment that got fragmented off in past lifetimes, maybe this lifetime. This was a big one for me. So literally it felt like the whole body. So it's like, we've all seen those movies where people have been out of body, and maybe you astral project, so you know what this looks like or feels like. And then now you literally stepping back in and merging back into the field, the multidimensional field of you and your physical body, but it was felt in the physical body. And that was a confirmed yes from my Akashic readings, because I did ask about that the next day. And again, it's just confirmation of information I already knew, right? You're not crazy. You might be feeling these sensations. You might be having all of the symptoms. So don't be afraid if you have this happen. Now, use your discernment, because go how it feels. This didn't feel like it was something bad. It wasn't something that, it wasn't dark. It wasn't something bad. I knew it was a part of my soul returning home. And the Akashic record reading, it was a fragmented part, a large fragmented part of my soul that had been fragmented for many lifetimes. I didn't ask how many, but for many lifetimes. So that's big. It's big energy returning, because now I'm at the frequency to hold it, and I have enough space in my field and in my physical body to hold it now, because it's necessary for what's coming up. So in that process, we go through a massive integration phase. And like I said, this is not a new rodeo for me. I've gone through many integration phases, upgrades, activations, recalibrations, configurations, burning shit to the ground, putting myself back together many, many times over and over. This is nothing new. All right. And so again, Source wants me to share this personal experience because it's going to be helpful for some people. And I'm going to give you some tools for what's coming next, for what happened today, getting to the point. So if you're still here, there's a reason for it. You resonate with the frequency, the energy. And that's what happened today. Okay. I'm in a really not a great position, but that'll be okay. All right. Just breathe. Just breathe, just breathe, just breathe. So with this part of this integration, the Akashic, usually we always say is 24 to 72 hours to allow for integration, typically, depending on while you're able to integrate. And again, understanding knowledge, wisdom gives you the power to be able to settle into rest into this integration. You might need to rest more. You might need to sleep more. You might need to hydrate. Hydrate is a huge part of integration for sure. And I've shared many ways you can hydrate, not just drinking purified water, but getting the minerals in. And you can get those many ways. Okay. So he said it was going to take about 72 hours to integrate. Now, the way he described it was like you go from like a clink, clank, clink, clank, clink, clink, clinkety type of a computer system, and which was uninstalled, and the soul aspect coming back. What's integrating is a reinstallation of a quantum style computer. So just to give reference to what was and what now is integrating, going from a really, 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 really old operating system to a really, really highly advanced quantum operating system, if that makes sense. And I just love analogies. It's just a great way to understand things a little more. What just came through is like the rooms where the computers filled the room. They were like big, like bookshelves, like full of that. And now we go down to like this microchip. So that's what they just downloaded to me to give reference for my own words, is you go to a room that's filled with all of these. It's a computer, but it fills many rooms down to this little quantum chip is what I went from. Yes, they said, yes, thank you. So I've been resting. I've been purging. I've received 2 massive downloads 2 nights in a row regarding my partner and some other stuff. I'm not going to go into detail on this video, but there's a lot of processing for me because I was also going through some of this stuff as we are all connected. And it's part of that. And I was purging and crying for hours on end yesterday again. And then resting, and then watched a movie and was crying. So there's a lot of collective energy. So a lot of us signed up for a lot of things. And one of your roles, and guaranteed if you're still this far into the video, one of many roles, but one of many roles Source says that you've had is that you are a node that came here for many reasons, but to help clear and to transmute collective energy while it's purging during their dark night of the soul. So the collective consciousness, ancestral stuff collectively, not just individually, this is collectively. You signed up to be a particular node because you have the energetic capacity, frequency, and energy to be able to feel this in your physical body and in your energetic field, but also because of everything that you've gone through, you know how to transmute it really quickly. Okay, so it's quite fascinating. So you might be feeling things coming up in your physical body and you aren't quite sure if it's connected to you, a past life, or collective. All right, so what's going on with me right now, I think, is my integration of my soul aspect, but I also think there's something connected to the collective consciousness that is also purging currently right now. And we have this second full moon tomorrow. We're already in the portal. Can you feel it? All right. Allow the feelings, allow the emotions to flow, allow the frequency and energy to flow, allow the purge to take place. And it can look many ways, shapes, and forms. Sit with it. Be still. Be with it. Be with the uncomfortable. Be with the discomfort. Okay. So what happened was this morning, we get to the point, and again, 911 on the timer. 911 is significant, and I saw an ambulance and a fire truck. And like I said, I get placed around accidents when I'm driving. Source has me driving by accidents because my frequency and my energy is required. So as soon as my son and I come up to an accident, we place our hands on our hearts, and we take a deep breath, and we ask for the source energy to come in, and that the people that are involved are safe, they were protected, they were sending healing frequencies and energies. That's powerful. That's huge. All right. So next time you see an accident, hand on your heart, tap into your highest, tap into source consciousness, and ask for this beautiful golden white light to come in to assist with those that are needing assistance, call in their, ask the angels to step in, that they're able to receive light, healing frequencies, energy, and compassion, whatever feels like comes up for you that you feel like you want to call in as you're driving by. Really simple. It's a way you can help. So with this integration and this purging, and like I said, on the Akashic Records reading says 72 hours. That's about 3 days. So that leads right up to this full moon tomorrow. I'm like, oh, that's fascinating how everything lines up. There is no coincidence how things unfold and align for you. Okay? All right. So this morning, I went out and had my coffee, and I thought, oh, I feel good. I'm going to do a little bit of a light workout, get my bands out. It's the sunshine. Feeling pretty good. I came inside, got my stuff, went back out. As I was stepping off, literally there was like one step that's maybe 4 inches, 6 inches. And I stepped off with my right foot. And if you know what intercostals are, like I said, in health and wellness, I'm very familiar with injuries and pulls and strains and pains and muscle spasms. Very familiar. Haven't had them in a long time. But again, remember that soul aspect came in to be integrated. All right, step down with my right side, my whole back locked up in the intercostals. It's the rib cage. If you understand, it's those muscles between the rib cage. You know if you strain your intercostals because it's hard to take a deep breath. Okay, so it's also associated with the heart chakra, front to back. Okay, solar plexus, front to back. So there's correlation here with the solar plexus and the heart chakra. It may be down into the sacral, but it feels more heart chakra and solar plexus right now. And I stepped off with my right foot, and within 2.2 seconds, I'm like, oh, yeah, and completely strained. My whole mid-back locked up. I know exactly what happened. And it's more on my right side, which is the divine masculine side. So there's significance there as well. And so I went over to my chair where I was laying down, and I just said, okay, put my stuff down and just got into a position and just breathed. And if you've ever strained your intercostal muscles, you know 12-12 in the timer, it's very uncomfortable. So I just sat with the silence. The wind's blowing, the birds are chirping, the chipmunks are all nature. I completely just got into the space that was around me and into my physical body and just breathed. And I literally spent almost 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours breathing, and listening and breathing into my body, listening into my body, feeling into my body, feeling this discomfort, this pain. And this is not a new pain or discomfort to me at all. Did some different type of yin yoga stretches with deep, deep breaths, using different like affirmations of release and whole, and bringing light in geometric frequencies and energies from the field, from nature into my physical body, bringing all the codes into my physical body, because you have the ability to heal. You do. All right, and did that. And so I tweaked my back, and I'm like, oh, I guess my body didn't want to work out. I guess there needs to be more stillness to allow for this full integration of this massive, massive, massive upgrade, right? So did it get angry, frustrated? No, I just kind of sat with it. Am I going to run to the doctor? No, I'm not. I don't need to. I know how to heal myself naturally. Getting still and getting present with what just took place, and to if something came up that needed to be released, I would have worked on that, but I was just sitting with it. And my highest just in my head tingles. My highest just kept saying, is just breathe and be. Just breathe, be still, and just be. Just breathe and be. And so I did that until I felt called to kind of move around a little bit. And I thought, well, yeah, I got these CBD gummies a few weeks ago just to have in the house. And I'm like, oh, I should go take one of those. So I took one of those. And okay, so I got to use plant medicine. It's my first line of defense always. If you know, you know. I've worked with plant medicine and medicinals and herbs for many, many years. This is not new. This is the shamanic part of me. This is my shamanic ancestry that is in me. And there's a lot of benefits, right? And so I went back out, did a little bit more, and I thought, oh, just breathing and just being in that moment, in every now present moment, and sitting with what was taking place. And when I move from this position, it's probably going to be quite uncomfortable and quite slow because I'm really locked up and tight. And certain positions feel better than others. And just allowing my physical body to tell me what she needs, allowing my intuition to kind of guide and lead me as I always do. And so I came in, I said, all right, I guess it's time for a salt bath, an Epsom salt bath with cinnamon oil. I don't recommend this. Please don't do that. I do this because I know how to work with oils. Cinnamon oil and geranium oil and eucalyptus oil. I went heavy on the salt. I did some breathing again, just breathing and being in the bath, allowing for the muscles to help relax. Got out of the tub, wrapped myself up like I usually do, and I have a really old Homedics massage fold up, just a really simple, just a old school. The thing's like 20 years old. It's old, and it still works. I'm like, all right, just lay down there and turn that on, turn the heat on. I'm still really hot from the bath, wrapped up in my towels, under the blankets. And again, as much silence as possible, and just breathe and be. Just breathe and breathe. And that hurts. That's uncomfortable. But just be with that discomfort. So a lot of you, I think, again, we're getting to the point where 16 minutes in, sources wanted me to remind you, you're going to be going probably through some uncomfortable stuff. You might be feeling really energetic. That's great. You might have a crash tomorrow, and that's great. That's perfect. But in the parts that aren't the high, in those parts that seemingly feel low, source is asking me to remind you to breathe and be. To breathe, be, feel, and let go. Breathe, be, surrender, and let it go. There's a reason for this. There's a reason that this has happened. I know this, all right? And it's to allow full integration and embodiment of what returned home, okay? Listening to my body, listening to my highest, listening to source, listening to my intuition. Got off the bed and I'm laying there, I'm thinking, I was going to go down to we have the art fair going on this weekend. And I'm like, well, I don't think I have the energy or bandwidth to walk around. So I will go down to the wellness store. That's my home away from home. My beautiful soul family is down there. And I went in, and of course they're busy. And they're like, they're like, what's wrong? Like, they just know. We're all women energetically read energy and we feel it. I pick it up pretty quickly. And I'm like, this is what happened. And they're like, okay. So they have a big Tibetan sound bowl. And so I asked if I could go use the Tibetan sound bowl for vibrations, because vibrations, high frequency and energy vibration will help as well. And the oil master said, I've got this spray. It's like Tiger Balm. So if you're my age, you are quite familiar with Tiger Balm was. Very similar oils in that. And so she sprayed some on my back, and then I bought some, went and used the sound bowl, and back home doing this video for you beautiful souls. So I've used breath, just being still, Epsom salts, essential oils, CBD gummies, vibration, a vibration mat or like a massage pad. I'm going to use the massage pad after I eat, and just rest. And I don't use over-the-counters. I don't. And again, if you know, you know. Please, it's so easy to pop those. They've made them way too easy. All right? And the herbs and the medicinals will help. What's the word I want to use, source? They help the inflammation. They don't take the pain completely away, because there's a reason. Maybe it will for some of you, but sometimes you're meant to feel that pain. You're meant to feel that and to transmute it. And you can't transmute it without allowing that to move through you, and for you to feel it, and to recognize it, and to acknowledge it, and ask what needs to be looked at. Is this a past life, a future life? What is this connected to? And like I said, it's this integration. I also think it's a collective conscious purge as well. Like I said, that divine masculine, that's the side it's on, for self and collective. All right. So just learn to be and breathe. And yes, if you tweak your muscles, if you move wrong, if you feel a little extra tight or achy, if old injuries are coming up, there's a reason for it. Sit with it. Ask your body, ask your highest, ask your heart, tap into that heart space, and just connect. And yes, it is uncomfortable. It's really fucking uncomfortable. But I don't allow that to dominate the energy or the frequency. Because that can take you in a really quick, low vibrational state. Quick shit. If you allow the anxiety, the worry, the fear, whatever comes up when that happens, oh my God, what the fuck do I do? You just breathe. And you sit there for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes and sit with it and ask. The answers will come. When you ask yourself, the answers will come. When you talk to your physical avatar, the answers will come. When you talk to source consciousness, the answers will come. The answers will not come outside of you. I was led and guided to take these different steps with the assistance of my soul family. Right? And that's what you're being asked to do, because as we move forward in this transitional period, we're learning to reconnect with that inner voice, that inner knowing, that intuition, that Christos energy, that source spark inside of you. We're learning to tap back in, to listening to inside, and quit seeking validation or quick fixes outside of you. Okay? 21:21 on the timer. I think we'll keep this here. I need to eat some food and get some rest. I love you. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free. I will do my best to help. This is not the first rodeo. I've worked with many people that have had many surgeries and injuries and all of it. All right? This is not new to me for myself or for clientele in the past. All right? Love you. Have a lot of grace and compassion. Get still. Get slow. Pause. Breathe. And just be. Just be. It'll be time to move when it's time to move, Source says. She will let you know when it's the time is to move. And the time might be to be still right now. 22 on the timer. 2200 on the timer. And we started at 2:22. All right. We'll leave it there. I love you. Bye.